Ben. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
It is now April 20th,
Yeah.
officially.
Yeah.
Spring is just flying by.
It is.
Every time I turn around, it's like, well, besides for the cold, everything besides the cold is going away.
Yep.
But 86 degrees on Wednesday, I
That's
hear.
insane.
I
What are you
know.
going to do on Wednesday?
I should probably figure that out, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
What about you? What do you got planned?
I don't know. I'd love to sneak in around a golf on Wednesday.
Really?
That would be phenomenal.
I actually have that on the list of things to talk about today.
Really?
So yes. So
Golf?
I'm gonna,
Okay.
golf. So we'll keep that up there.
Okay.
All right. For obviously the podcast will drop today. Rick Berg, NDSU president, was on. Phenomenal guest, I think, for us. That was awesome. Yeah, you did a little preview, a little teaser about it on Friday.
Yep.
So I was pretty stoked to see that. So what'd you think?
I thought it was a great interview. I think it went really good. Rick's a very smart, brilliant mind, and he's got a lot of insight that I think young guys like us could really utilize.
He was quieter than I was thinking.
Really?
Yeah. For some reason, I was envisioning him being a very big, loud talker and very powerful speaking. And it's like he had a lot of, when he said something, he meant it, but it was very like, I don't know what the exact word I'm looking for was, but yeah, it was different than what I thought.
Yeah.
But still good.
Yeah, very good. I would agree. I think he's grown up being a smart enough guy that he really doesn't need to be that type of character. Like when he talks, you listen, you know he's dropping some knowledge and you know what he's saying is probably very beneficial.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I think the thing that struck me as really funny is that like when we were pulling together all of the notes for him and trying to figure out, like what would be some great questions, some great talking points, he's not on like any of his business's websites.
Sure.
So he keeps a very low profile, and I think that's probably part of the reason why he's so quiet. He's just maybe not a really boastful guy, but he was definitely open enough for us. I was pretty thrilled with what we had. So we'll get that edited and dropped today. So I'm super excited.
That would be a good one.
Talking about him and politicians. Typically, I don't really like politicians just because I think sometimes they're kind of full of crap. And this was a hilarious segment I saw on the Inforum, and I had to get your take on it. I got to know what you think of this. They said Doug Burgum predicts Pro Football Hall of Fame induction for President Teddy Roosevelt.
What does that mean? Predicts Pro Football Hall of Fame induction.
They think that they should induct President Teddy Roosevelt into the NFL Hall of Fame.
What?
This is real. I thought it was fake when I saw it. Read it again.
I don't understand that. I don't know why they would.
They said that Teddy Roosevelt had something to do with way back in the day that he helped start a wave of motion that led to the NFL becoming a thing.
Really?
So now they're saying that they think that Teddy Roosevelt should be put in the NFL Hall of Fame since he had something. Do we have bigger, more important things we should be worrying about right now, or is that just me?
Yeah, I think that's kind of reaching. That doesn't make any sense. I think if he should have been in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, he should have been there a long time ago. If he was that important to it, but whatever. Maybe there's something I don't know about.
Maybe, I don't know either. It was even just the headline of it. The headline
that's
had me
crazy.
Up.
I would think I read that wrong.
Yeah, I literally when I read it, I thought it was a spoof, and I was like, well, "What the world here?"
That's hilarious.
Anyways, wanted to get your take on that. Back on the golfing situation.
Yeah.
Wednesday. Yeah, maybe I should go golf.
Yeah, dude.
Where's your hotspot in Fargo this year? Have you been driving by? Have you been keeping up?
I love Rose Creek.
Really?
Rose Creek's the place for me, but honestly, Fargo needs to get more golf courses. I think it's ridiculous. They have outgrown, and there was supposed to be a golf course in West Fargo a long time ago.
We have 7 golf courses between Fargo and Moorhead.
Dude, and believe it or not, we need more. You have to get a tee time 3 days ahead of time now.
That can't even be 7?
Yeah.
And that's not even including the Moorhead Country Club or the Fargo Country Club.
Right.
There's
a lot of golf courses, but I find myself going out to Mapleton, Castleton, Holly, all the smaller courses just so I can get a tee time.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, man, I feel like that's already a lot of course. But I'm not out there that often, so I guess I don't pay attention.
You golf every once in a while, right?
Every once in a blue moon, yeah. Definitely not very good. Just good enough to where I'm not horrible.
Yeah.
I could golf with somebody that's decent.
Sure.
I just hate to be the guy that when you golf with somebody and you're so bad that they're just kind of
who's this guy?
Who is this guy?
Yeah.
He's chasing his tail around out here. So I can hold my game. I'm not good. But I would like to get better. I think something that you have talked about and you've been better at it than me is you've used the golf course as more of a like a resource for meeting people and like
Relationship. Yeah.
a relationship thing. And I think I very much look at it as like it's the sport.
Yep.
And yeah, like some guys do take it as, it's the sport. I want to be really good, but I need to start looking at it more like, okay, I have a potential client, I could take him out there, or maybe there's somebody that I've been wanting to meet, and instead of being like, hey, can I just meet you at your office for coffee? It's like, hey, do you want to play around a golf?
Yeah.
And I think I've been underutilizing that side of it.
Yep.
So that'd be a big goal for me this year, is to be out there and use it as more of a social thing, rather than like playing for the sport.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of guys, maybe not at our age yet, but I think there's been a lot of deals that's been put together on a golf course over a couple drinks before. So yeah, I look forward to those days when we're older and we can be selling some big deals on the golf course.
No kidding there.
But yeah, I think it's a very good relationship thing, and it's something that you can do with a lot of friends and family. And it's not how else are you going to get together with some of these people? You can be like, hey, do you want to, I don't know, go sit around? It's like, no, let's go for a round of golf. I'll buy you a drink, like my treat.
True. So if you got your pick, you're going to Rose Creek first.
Yeah, Rose Creek's phenomenal.
If Rose Creek is busy on Wednesday, where's the second
it
pick?
absolutely will be busy.
You think so?
If it's even open yet.
Have you checked tee times?
I haven't checked. No, I need to check.
Sure.
I might have to go on the road and do some listing stuff. So maybe I'll hit up like a small town golf course, like a Milner or something like that.
A Milner golf course.
That's where I grew up golfing.
No kid, I didn't know Milner had a golf course.
Oh yeah, they got a nice little nine hole course.
No
Did
kidding.
Devil's Lake have a few?
Devil's Lake has one golf course. Yeah.
One? Is it pretty nice?
It was okay, but I thought the same thing. Like I think Devil's Lake was always, it felt like it was busy. You had to call a couple days in advance, and maybe that's just normal golf etiquette, is you have to call a couple days in advance. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, now you kind of got me thinking on that
Yeah.
Fargo one. Where do you think the best place to put a new golf course, if you could pick, in town?
I think West Fargo doesn't have one. So I think somewhere in West Fargo now with like the diversion and everything, I don't know where the best spot would be, but I think West Fargo needs one.
Really?
Yeah. They had one plotted out. I'd have to look back and see where exactly it was supposed to be.
I think West Fargo could use like a country club or something like that, like a nicer end one.
Yes.
West Fargo strikes me as the type of town that could have like the elite golf course in Fargo Moorhead Metro.
I could see that.
I think. I don't know that. That would just be, I feel like that would be fitting for the town of West Fargo.
Yeah. It's just hard to decide where you'd put it, because like Fargo Country Club is like right along the river and there's like big mature trees, where West Fargo, I don't know exactly where that would be.
Yeah.
Maybe
somebody smarter than us would have to figure that out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we do have to work this week.
Mm-hmm.
You're just about finished on your Castleton flip house.
Yep.
That is exciting. And it sounds like you might be looking to pick up another one this week, maybe?
I don't know, man. I might go to the auction. I need some cash back. I need this Castleton deal to close so I can get some money. I don't know. What are your thoughts on foreclosures? Is that a pretty big part of your business when you're buying houses and
It
stuff?
hasn't been. We went last Wednesday, me and you, and it was the most typical foreclosure auction I've ever been to.
It's kind of a joke.
9 times out of 10, that's what it's always like. There's 10 people there. Nobody knows how to bid. It's just a crapshoot, and it always goes for way more than it's worth for somebody that probably doesn't know what they're looking at.
Yep.
And that is what I typically expect. How I managed to pick one up this year and be the only guy there is literally beyond me. I'll chalk it up to nothing but just like luck.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's always it's just never good.
That was my first foreclosure, was with you last Wednesday. And if I'm being honest with you, it was almost exactly how I thought it would be.
Really?
Like, it was just kind of a joke. Well, and you had also teed it up for me and told me what it's going to be like, but it was kind of a joke. Like, it's just some dude with like a piece of paper, and he like says the address. Everyone's sitting in a little entryway, and they're like, all right, 150. And they're like, yep, 151. It's like, there's no formality to it. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just like, all right, let's get this thing out of here.
The craziest part about it is like, if you go to a typical auction, there's like set limits, right? You bid in $500 increments, $1,000 increments, whatever. When somebody starts an auction and say they said 150,000 and somebody goes $150,001
100 or something.
I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude can't be real.
No.
He can't. There's no way he just bid this thing up by $1.
Yep.
Like that's how we're starting this thing out.
There's a few guys at that auction we went to that did that.
They did that?
I think they did $100 at least. It was better than $1, but it was still like, dude.
We all know this thing is going to go for way more than $1
Yes.
over the starting bid.
Yes.
So I feel terrible because I'm just a total jackass about it, and then I just start bidding it up by 5,000 to whatever my max number is because I already know it's going to go over that anyway.
Let's quit wasting our time.
Quit wasting everybody's time here. So I just 5,000, 5,000 higher, and you know that pisses people off because everybody's thinking that $100 increment, and I'm like, I'm not standing here for 45 minutes. Like, let's just get it over with. There's 10 people in this room. Everybody knows what they're willing to pay. Let's put it all out on the line.
Yeah.
So,
well, our listeners probably don't understand that. Like, you can't even see the house. You can't go in the house. You could maybe drive by it, but that house that you were bidding on last week, you hadn't been in there. You hadn't seen anything, and then once you buy it, you have to have a check. Is it within 4 hours?
yeah, within 4 hours.
You have to have a cashier's check or a certified check within 4 hours of the place.
Yeah, so you have to have literal hard cash. You've never been inside the property. You don't even own the property for 60 days, even though you've already paid for it. It's really a tough way to get into buying something.
Yeah, I've heard some horror stories for sure. Some of the guys walking in, basements flooded, or there's a dead cat in the basement. Just like all this crap like that. It's such a risk, but
yeah,
it can pay off. I'm sure
it really is. So we'll see. We'll be back at it this Wednesday.
Yep,
maybe.
Maybe
Crazier things have happened here.
Yep.
I see you put this in here. Now I'm mad about it because
I snuck it in at the last minute.
I just saw it this morning, and now I don't know if it's true though. A.J. Brown being traded from the Eagles to the Patriots. What are the odds you think this happens?
I think 100%.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, wasn't the Vrabel the old coach for A.J. Brown in Tennessee?
Yes.
So I think he wants him. I think A.J. Brown wants to be there. And like, come on, this guy can't continue to be on your team. The guy hates the Eagles more than anybody alive right now.
Dude, they won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, for sure.
What more does the guy want?
Exactly. Now it's time to go.
I think that's crazy. Like, I don't understand how you can have so many problems and so much hatred when you're just made of money and you're rich and you're athletic. You have everything you could ever want. And it's like, what else do you have to complain about at that stage in your life?
He ain't getting the ball. Get him the ball. That's what he wants.
That's what he wants.
He doesn't want money. He wants the ball.
I can't. Maybe it's just because I'm a horrible athlete. I don't understand that desire to be great.
Give me the ball.
Yeah, I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I think it'll happen.
I'll have to check on the future odds, but if it were up to me, I'm still putting $100 on Eagles favorites.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm a ride or die, Ben. I'm a ride or die.
So am I, man.
Happy Monday. Let's have a great week.
See ya.